I'm just tying a few rigs up. Not seen much today. Well, I've seen a few early this morning. I got up quite early. I was probably up about, I don't know, 4:30. You know, as it would come in, breaking light, if you will. And I'm having a mooch. I recasted. I put a bit of bait out, a few spawnful out over the area that I'm fishing. It's 7 wraps out towards a peg, just in front of me. I think it's peg 3. I'm aiming to. As you just seen, it's full of carp in front of me. It's absolutely black with me. There's just boshing out in front of me. You know, I mean, I'm just not having any luck really, to be quite honest. I've seen the odd tench this morning, like I say. Not seen it this morning. Early in the morning. It's now. What time are we on? You know, I don't know. Can't find my phone. It's 20 past 12. So, you know, that boring this morning. I even went back to bed for an hour or two because it was dire. It's flat calm. It's full of carp bouncing and jumping around. Full of ducks. Always trying to get your maggots, you know, causing false line bites and stuff. It's just a bit of a pain. So what I'm doing now, I'm just going to change over to 2 other rigs. Same again, still maggot rig, still using the maggot feed, this helicopter rig. I'm going to go like a hair rig with a bit of foam on. I'm going to soak the foam in some, one in molasses and one in hemp oil, with a few maggots just on a size 16. And we'll have it popped up on the helicopter rig and see if someone will come and snatch at it that way. Just something a little bit different. We'll see how we get on. I mean, there's a duck then just fallen right across, and I've just seen 4 carp literally shoot up in a line. Unbelievable that. They're all literally on the surface. I mean, I even got my float rod out. See if I can catch a tench this morning on the float rod with a worm, just on this bit of a shelf. But no, not a sniff. Not a sniff. So, 24 hours to go. Let's see if I can try and bag one. So Dave next door, he's had a good few. I think about 7. I think he's had. He's lost a couple. Biggest being 814. That was a nice fish. I took pictures for him. Yeah, that's in peg 32. That's the one I had the 7.3 from a couple of weeks since. Last week I was on Hunt's Corner, by the way. You might have seen some posts on my like page. I didn't do so well on there. I blanked, if I'm honest. Which is fair enough. You know, you can't catch every time you come. It was very wet. I wanted to get on Oxlease, but everything was just flooded. It was absolutely a nightmare, so I had to go on to Hunt's Corner. I should have really jumped on Manor last week because peg 2 was available. I should have jumped on there, but I thought I'd come over here and see what pegs are available on Oxlease. And some bubbles there. Oh, it's a bloody duck. Yeah, all these pegs on this roadside were just covered in water, and Bailiff says, nah, they can't really fish them, it's unfishable. So I was lucky to get peg 1 really on Hunt's Corner, but I didn't make it pay in the 48 hours I was there. 24 hours I was there last week. So, you know, this is real fishing, you know, I'll tell you if I've blanked or not. I'm probably end up blank. I think I'll probably blank this session if I'm honest. It just doesn't feel right. I'm not 100%, you know, and we'll see how we get on. But yeah, it's alright. It's alright. So I'll get these rigs tied up. I'm using. People always ask me what hook links I use and stuff. I did a few FAQs last time I was on. I put them out every Monday for you. Just what people wanted to know, so I thought, well, I'll just do, you know, what takes a few minutes just to quickly show you what I use, and I'll probably do one today on what lines I use on the hook links. That seems to be a popular one, so I'll probably get that recorded for you, and then I'll probably get that out on Monday. Hopefully a blog with some fish to show you. So right now I need to concentrate as best I can and catch a fish. It's not good when you got fingers like sausages, you know, when you're trying to do like over hoop, you know, loops and stuff and for your hair, and it's just not the easiest task I have to perform. If you can hear that boshing, that's the carp in this bloody margin down here and just here in front of me. Oh, here comes the pigeon. Another bird to the party. Yeah, it's just a piece of form I'm using. It's nothing exciting, you can see it. It's like a mini choddy riggy ziggy thing. If you think about it, it's just going to be sat up in the air with a few maggots on the hook, hoping someone will come down and just have it. I might put this on one rod and keep the maggot rod, you know, the helicopter rig on the bottom, on one rod. I'm only spomming corn and hemp out. I did put a couple of bowls of ground bait out, had some of that. I had half a bag of kilo roughly of hemp and alley crush. I've put that out in bowls just on the spot with some hemp and corn over the top of it. The guy that moved in over here on another peg, he had a tench last night, probably about 7:30ish, 8 o'clock. Only a small one. Oh, the rod tips just bent round. Oh, look at that bloody duck again. Or a liner. There is a lot of actually a lot of activity with fish with this hot weather. Just not what I want. What we'll do, we'll give this a go. See how we get on. Two, three, four. Start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back round for 6. That's pretty much it. Just gonna have a couple of maggots on that. And, soak it in a bit of oil. See how we get on. Just see if we can get a bonus fish. But yeah, there's a lot of carp on the top here. In fact, I want to let you watch the water because you might be wondering what we've got going on. So catch it very shortly. Here we are then, boys and girls. First one of the session. It's actually the last morning, 6 o'clock. I've lost a carp, I've caught a duck. This is my first tench of the session. It's probably about £3. I don't know if you can see it so well, it's a bit darkish. So I've got a brace for you actually, I've got a bigger one to come in a second. So happy days. I changed my tactics, I'll show you what I did later on. But I needed a fish badly, so here we are, first one, 6 hours to go. Here we are, £5 6 ounce, Oxfordshire Tench from Oxlease. Absolute lovely fish is this one. This is my second one of the brace, so happy days. It came off the same rig as the last one. I changed everything around to a different feeder system, and I've been catching this morning for the last couple of hours. Like I say, I lost the carp, so great way in it. How about that one? I'll give you a bit of a quick update. It's just, I think it's got about 8 o'clock, I think, if I'm honest. It's, my bloody mobile's gone. Yeah, it's 8:15 now. You know, over a few hours I reckon I'll be packing up and buggering off. I was getting a bit squeaky bum, you know, because I thought I was on a blank. So I blanked the last time I was on. I was up on Hunt's Corner, peg 1 after the tench. I blanked there, that was last 2 weeks in, a week since. But luckily I've had 2 tench today. You know, that saved the blank, and I was happy to see them cross the net. So yeah, it's pretty much, I found an area. I'm fishing about 8 wraps out. Well, less than 8 wraps actually, it's probably more near 7.5 wraps. It's on a hardish spot, and I filled it, well I didn't fill it in, but I've put a good couple of balls of ground bait out, at least. Well, I started off with about 5 balls of ground bait, the 40mm from the Nash Ball Maker, put them out, and I followed that with about 4 or 5 spawnful of hemp and corn, bit of chop worm, and I've just been pretty much fishing on that for the last 2 days solidly. I've always had one rod on it, even though I've had the other rod casting round, you know, as a roamer, to see if I could pick a bonus fish up, but not to be. But this morning it all went wrong really. This morning I got out of bed about 5 o'clock, made a brew. I thought, oh, you know, what's going on. I had a ripping run. It was a massive, it was huge. I think it was a common bit, look of it. I got it so far in, probably about, I don't know, 3 or 4 yards from the bank, and I saw this great big tail come up and bang, it gone, it took me off. So that was a bit of a nightmare. So I was a bit peed off about that, so I just chucked my rod down, and I thought, bollocks to it, I'm going home type of thing. And then my other rod ripped off, and I thought, oh, this feels a fish. And then anyway, the next thing I know, it was up periscope, it was a bloody bird, coot. So I thought, oh, that's just wonderful, that's just absolutely wonderful. So I managed to get it in, unhook it, put it back, bloody get. And then I was just looking at the spot and I'm thinking, well, what wasted 48 hours this has been. It's been nice weather, it's been red hot, and all of a sudden I just saw a tench come out, turn over on my spot. I thought, oh. So I redid the rod that was missing a feeder. I put the feeder back on, a new feeder. I'll do 2 new hook links, and I shipped them back out onto that, both on that same spot. And within half an hour, the first one ripped off. That was a small 3-pounder, and then literally within 5-10 minutes later, the other rod went, and that was the second fish, which was a £5 6 ounce fish. So I was quite happy about that really, and the action's kind of slowed. Like I say, I've got two methods out on fishing, and I'll show you them. I swapped it back over, put put one on each. I put the helicopter rig and I put an inline feeder on the other one. It's the inline feeder that's done the work, done the business, so I thought it was happy days really. So yeah, it's a bit chilly this morning, but it's going to get warm again. If you live down in the Oxford area, it was lovely yesterday. It was absolutely brilliant weather. But the problem was I was cooked. I really was. You know, I fell asleep on my bed chair for about half an hour, and I woke up and my pillow was piss wet through. It was just soaking with sweat. So that's pretty much it really. There's not a great lot happened. You know, there's not a lot of people been catching. There's been a lot of fish on the top, swimming past my peg. I've had the float rod out as well. I've had the old, I found the ledge. I got a couple of I bought some new floats, some 4-gram floats from Drennan, the old crystal floats, and I managed to find a ledge just out here in front of me. So I've had that on the old lift method for the Tench for the past couple of days, but nothing. You know, I've been firing hemp and corn over the top of it. You know, a bit of a worm on, maggots, have tried it all, not a sniff. So yeah, it's been tough going. It's been tough going. I mean, yesterday I didn't have the rods out that often because it was just so hot, absolutely red hot. So that's pretty much it really, and it brings us up to the last few hours. And you know, I've done I've done an FAQ for somebody. I've done another one of them for people asking about my hook link, so I've done that, and that's pretty much it really. I'll show you that rig just before I go. If you want to have a look at it, I'll show you what I've got the Tench on. I mean, there's been a few Tench anglers on this week. I think Dave next door has done the best. I think he's in about 7 or 8 now, I think. The best being an 814. So yeah, I might give Oxlease a good go in this year, I reckon, and Manor. Let's see how we can get on. But I'm also wanting to get a bit of bream fishing done as well this summer. Well, this spring, I want to get to bluebell if I can, depending on how I am, health wise, and see how things go. Yeah. So yeah, pretty much it really. So yeah, I'll show you that rig in a minute, and then you can see what you think. I mean, most people have used it. It's just a Drennan inline lead, inline feeder, but I've put a bit of a longer hook link on. It's a 6-inch hook link. It's because if there's any rubbish out there or anything, you know. I mean, I'm not bringing nothing back with it. It's just you cast it, you feel a good donk. But there has been times when I brought a bit of weed back, so I've just made that hook link a little bit longer. What I like about that is the runs. It's just a straight pick up and boof, it's gone. With the old helicopter rig, you get the old, you know, the old good old fashioned drop back, don't you? You know, the old classic drop back, and it lifts up and then shoots off. So yeah, that's pretty much it really. I say before I go, I'll show you that rig, what I used. It's pretty much similar to the helicopter rig. So right, I've only got a few maggots left as well. They're pretty much, as soon as they've done, I've done really. It was that bad yesterday, it was that warm, and there was just nothing happening. I even cleaned my windows on my van. That's how bad it got. So yeah, I'm hoping this sun can get up, dry this inside this bivvy out, this brolly, condensation oil, and I'm off. 12 o'clock. Shower, change, get home, back to work tomorrow. Let's see how we get. Yeah, I'm hoping, probably won't be next week, probably a week after. I'll probably be off. See what we can do then. So anyway, I'll catch you all very soon, I think. Right then. Here's the rig. That's pretty much it. You've all seen them before. That's what I caught it on, so you know. quite a long shut link. Same again, knotless knotted, inline lead. This is a 2.5 ounce feeder, so it's quite a big one, one of the bigger ones in the range. And I've got my little anti tail rubber from my lead to keep the lid shut, because they do pop off. It's a bit of a pain in the arse when that happens, so that stops it. There is a blog, a little video on my YouTube channel to show you how I do that. It's very simple. You cut one off, slide it on, and it keeps everything locked. As you can see by the barrow, I'm getting ready to go home. This is going to be my last cast, I think. I've only got a few maggots left. And right quickly, I'm just going to spin you around, and I'm going to show you this where I'm actually aiming to. So you've got pretty much straight in front of you. It's 7.5 wraps, and I'm aiming towards that peg just there in front of us. That one there, that peg is where I'm aiming to. So that's pretty much it for this blog. You know, so if you ever come on the swim, this is peg 1, well 31. I've been casting towards that peg, 7.5 wraps, and it's done 2 fish this morning. Dave next door's had another couple. He's doing pretty well. He's using worm, where I've run out of worms. I'm just on maggots now, so it's better than what it was yesterday, that's for sure. So I don't know when I'll be out next. I have no idea. So till next time. So I might try and do a bit of bream fishing next time I come out and see how we get on with bream fishing. So thanks for watching. I'll see you all soon on the bank. And if you're passing, you know, you can always stop for a cup of tea if you wanted. Plenty of tea and coffee. So anyways, thanks for watching again. I'll see you all later.